Listen, you got a problem with fucking pills or coke or heroin, that's one thing. Weed you could do on your own. There's really no fucking withdrawals. You get fucking, listen, I had some fucking weird dreams. I had one night I had a dream my mother was on the bed with me talking to me. I woke right the fuck up. I came down. I threw holy water on myself. It was fucking scary. I got a little holy water from the church I go to on Sundays, a little bottle, just in case the devil shows up. I swear to God, I threw holy water on myself instead of fucking prayer. I had a dream about my father. I had a dream about Anna Bender. I mean, my fucking dreams were getting too fucking vivid. I was like, fuck this shit. It was like alpha brain dreams. I love doing alpha brain, but those 6 weeks, that cycle I put myself on, those are fucking clear dreams. I mean, you see your dick going into her ass. You see the toilet hair she left on her ass, the toilet paper. I mean, not that I have sexual dreams, but I'm just saying to you, that's how clear your fucking dreams are on alpha brain. So, my dreams were just, it was 3 weeks of fucking waking up going, I didn't even remember that fucking shit with my mother, But in my conversations with Lee, I mean, both nights we both got off the phone really fucking happy because we both got to tell each other the truth, I had to stop the podcast. It had to end. It wasn't going to continue. I couldn't continue that. It was great on film. What you guys were seeing was funny and blah, 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 but he even said there was kind of like a fucking thing in the room. And I remember nobody had ever came to that spot like that, wasn't invited. And one night I told Lee, we're ending the podcast August 10th, whatever. It must have been 2 hours after that him and I were wrapping up. And somebody drove by, some girls and a guy, and they were like, Joey, Lee, come out. And we're like, what the fuck? It's time to get out of here. Like everything was pointing at that direction. Lee was making good money. We were doing good things together, but we weren't happy. We just weren't happy. You think Lee just mysteriously lost 100 pounds? He was just carried. That was the only way he was suppressing what he was feeling. He was in pain, from what I'm getting from this therapist. I was in pain. At first I was like, I think this lady's crazy. But then I started looking. And I started looking at the lives that comics have to live. And the way these agents, I remember being over here shooting the fucking Soprano movie. And these agents kept calling me. So what do you want to do about this date? What do you want to do about this date? I don't want to do nothing. I just want to shoot the Soprano movie. That's what's in front of me. That's what's in fucking front of me. Let me tell you something for you young comics. I'm going to give you the best advice in the world. And I'm thinking of writing a book on the fucking subject. Stay an open micer as much as you can. Wear that label and wear it proudly. Wear that open mic label proudly. Go out, have a great time, drink, do drugs, get your dick sucked. That's what it means to be an open micer, to get into comedy. Get your clique together, get your 4 or 5 guys that you live and breathe for, like I had in Seattle with Josh Wolf and Brody and Tana Manu. And, we just had our own little fucking clique. That's comedy. That's real comedy. That's comedy from the heart. You're making $50. You barely pay your rent. As miserable as that lifestyle sounds, it's so much fun. I had a great time in Seattle as an open micer / beginning to feature act. And let me tell you something. I had a great time when I got to the store. I mean, knock on wood, she passed me. I had a great time. It was where I belonged. I was having a great time there. They pay $15 a spot, guy. But it's a college. You're learning. I'm following Paul Mooney. I'm talking to Rogan. I met Dice. I mean, all this was great. All those early movies, I had a great time getting them. Nobody wanted to talk to me as a stand-up. Fuck you. You're not going to stop me, just because you don't like my stand-up. I'm too dirty. I do this with my hand. Oh, we can't put them in Montreal. Fuck you. I never wanted to be a part of that, and I didn't know it. I remember Bobby Slayton inviting me to Montreal. He said, I'll sneak you into the dirty show. And I took a flight to Detroit. And I was going to connect from Detroit. I was going to sneak into Canada to try. There was a comic that had a show in Canada. He said he'd get me in, and then I could get to Montreal on my own. And I'll never forget waking up and going, I'm not going to Montreal. I wasn't invited. I'm going to go up there like a desperado and go on stage and try to do what? What am I going to get from going up there? What am I missing? If they don't want me there, I don't fucking belong there. And I'll never forget, like, calling the airline and going, listen, I'm not going to fucking, or whoever, my friend, and going, forget it. But I'm not going, why? I said, I'm not fucking going. And I remember that there was a comedy club down the corner. It was an African-American comedy club named Coco's Comedy Club. And I walked in there and I said, listen, I'm here for a couple of days. Do you mind if I pop in? She was cool as fuck. She let me pop in. I got to meet some brothers. It was a great 3 days. It was a lot better than me going to Montreal because I didn't belong there. And then when I went to L.A., listen, what you people forget was in 2009, after I got married, I was done. I had seen it for what it was. I moved into the Valley. I had friends that were going to put me in their TV shows. I got a call from Greg Garcia last week. I'm going to Pittsburgh in September to shoot 3 episodes of his show with Christina P. is in it, his new show for Amazon. You know, I have friends that are writers, and I'll just fucking take their spoons. Whenever they call me up and go, you want to play a fucking rapist? I'm in. What do I give a fuck? It's 3 days, and I get insurance, and I eat, and I see some people, and that's all I want to fucking do. But no, the podcast revolution came in. I got into it, and yes, it was very interesting at first. It was very funny, but I think by me putting my heart on the line and telling you everything about me, then all of a sudden, 10 years later, people started taking that and using it against me. In emails and in videos. You got these guys now that have shows based on what people say, and they analyze you. And meanwhile, they don't even have a fucking talent. They can't even play the fucking flute. They can't even play a fucking cowbell. And they're there judging you. So I don't know what the fuck has happened to comedy. What the fuck. But one conclusion came out of this week. I don't want to be involved in that no more. I'm going to put up regular fucking tweets now. I could put up lick my balls, sniff my asshole. I don't have to worry about fucking dates. Am I saying I'm not going to do comedy again? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not doing comedy that style no more. I'm not doing comedy that style anymore. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life and the agents. I'm acting. We're doing a podcast. On Tuesday, we signed the contract for the fucking book. We're up to chapter 9. We got till March of 2022 to hand it in because there's so much fucking material. We're doing an audio book